Okay, this is part 3 of Unit 2A, dealing with unit conversions and analysis. And for this part, we are going to be looking at when you make conversions with units that are raised to power. So when we start to go into 2 or 3 dimensions, we've got to be really careful when we're doing this to make sure that we fully compensate. So this first little example here is, converting a square yard into square feet. And so we know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, but 1 square yard is not 6 feet. That's the most common mistake. So we got to look at, well, 1 yard squared is 1 yard times 1 yard. And then each yard is 3 feet, so that's 3 feet times 3 feet, or 9 feet squared. So notice that we ended up taking 1 yard equals 3 feet. So when we square both sides, we get that 1 yard squared equals 9 feet. And so our conversion fractions that are always equal to 1, we have 1 yard squared over 9 feet squared is equal to 1, or 9 feet squared over 1 yard squared is equal to 1, depending on, again, the situation we're using. So that's just one thing to be careful with. If we go into 3 dimensions, the same thing, we'd have to multiply it by itself 3 times or raise to a 3rd power. Okay, so let's look at that here in number 57. So we want to find the conversion factor between cubic meters and cubic centimeters. So one key element here is that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Okay, so we can look at this, kind of in a handful of different ways, but if we're looking to convert to cubic meters, again, we would have 1 cubic meter is 1 meter times 1 meter times 1 meter, which is equal to 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters, or you could do, this is going to be 1 million centimeters. And this is cubic centimeters. Sorry about that. So 1 cubic meter is going to be 1 million cubic centimeters. Another way, again, you take 1 meter and you cube it, and you take 100 centimeters and cube it. So you're basically cubing both sides of an equation. So that's the equivalency there. 1 meter cubed is 100 cubed centimeters cubed, and 100 cubed is 1 million. So our 3 forms that we look at, here's one of those forms where 1 cubic meter equals 100 cubed, or 1 million cubic centimeters. Then we can look at our fractions, and these are the ones that we will use in our conversions. So 1 cubic meter is 1 million centimeters cubed, or 1 million centimeters cubed over 1 meter cubed, or cubic meter. Just depends, again, on the situation when you're trying to convert. But those are the conversion factors that we are looking for here. Okay, the next question we've got, so 2 more and then we're done. We have an air conditioning system can circulate 300 cubic feet of air per minute. So again, when you see that word per, that is that's referencing the idea of division or a ratio. So I'm going to write that down. We have 300 cubic feet is feet cubed for every 1 minute. Okay, that information is going to be very helpful for us. And we want to know how many cubic yards of air can it circulate per minute. So we want to go from cubic feet per minute to cubic yards per minute. So we have 350 cubic feet for every 1 minute. And we need to times that by our fractions, our conversion fraction. And I'll change colors here. So, in the example above, we did 1 square yard was 9 square feet. So in this case, again, 1 yard is 3 feet. So we're just going for cubic. We're going to cube both sides. So we get 1 cubic yard is 3 cubed is 27 cubic feet. So the fractions we're going to have is 1 cubic yard for every 27 cubic feet, or 27 cubic feet for every 1 cubic yard. And we want to know cubic yards, so that's what we want in the numerator, and we want to cancel out the cubic feet, so we're going to be using this 1 cubic yard per 27 cubic feet. So I'm going to do 1 yard cubed over 27 feet cubed, and again, the feet cubes are going to cancel. Notice we keep the minutes, but that's what we want. That's the unit we want. It started in minutes right here, and we want to end in minutes, and so we're going to keep that. If it said, cubic yards per hour, then we'd have to also change minutes into hours, but those units stay the same. So now we multiply across, so we get 350, and the units there are yards cubed. On the bottom, we get 1 times 27, which is 27 minutes. And now we can just go ahead and divide out the numbers here. So we're going to take 350 divided by 27, and I'm going to get roughly 12.96. And again, this is cubic yards per minute. And that would be the end result there. Okay, our last question. Here's one that is used frequently, and this is a conversion from currencies. So, if you go outside the country, a lot of places have different currencies. I spent a couple years in Europe. We use the euro. Great Britain uses the pound. Canada uses Canadian dollar. Japanese use the yen. Mexico uses a peso, and so forth. So this table just gives us the conversion rates, and we want to know. So you go out to dinner in London, it costs you 82 British pounds. Okay, and I'm not the best at drawing the pound symbol, but we'll call that good. So we have 82 British pounds. We want to figure out how much does it cost in dollars, and so when we're going to be multiplying this by, and we want to have dollars on top and British pounds on bottom, and so we are going to be going again from dollars to, we're looking at dollars to the British pound here, and if we look at this conversion factor, 1.221, so it's $1.221 for every 1 British pound. The pounds are going to cancel, and so we're going to take 82 times it by 1.221. That'll be in dollars. So when you multiply all that out, it's approximately $100.12. Okay. And again, you may be asking, why did I use this first column here? Again, that's because we are going dollars per, and the foreign, so dollars per British pound. So this, when you see this right here, dollars per foreign, that means dollars is in top, the foreign exchange amount is in the bottom, and so that's why I use that first column. So you can kind of think the numerator and then the denominator of your ratios when you see that per. So dollars per foreign, that's dollars over foreign, and that's what I was trying to initially find here to make my conversion. So that's a wrap for Unit 2A, looking at using the idea of understand, solve, and well, I just forgot the title there. Understand, solve, and explain. Sorry, that was where we were at initially. So we use that idea on the concept of unit analysis. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know as you're working through. If you need some more examples, I'm always happy to help out. Hope you have a great day.